A very good morning to all the participants who are joining. We'll wait for a few more participants to join and we'll begin shortly. We'll be starting shortly. I would request all the participants to join and settle themselves. We'll be beginning shortly. A very good morning to all. Welcome to today's webinar, Decision Making Skills, Part 2 of the Corporate Dynamics series. Thank you for joining us today. I'm glad that we are all here today for the second session of Corporate Dynamics. Before we start with today's session, I would just like you all to know that if you have any questions, please do drop your questions in the Q&A box. At the end, we'll be having a Q&A session where we'll be picking up the questions and we'll be having a chat with our industry expert. In between the session, we'll also be running a short poll where a pop-up box will be opening on your screen. You will be required to select your answer and we'll get the results. So moving on, today's topic regarding decision making. Decision making, we have been making decisions in our daily lives, which friends to go out with, which subjects to learn, what course to choose, which job to apply for, which company to work for, when you're in college, which presentations to make, what topics to choose. A lot of decisions we have been taking in our daily life. But I'm sure most of us are unaware of the thought process that goes behind this decision making. But yet, I'm glad that you made the decision today to attend this session on decision making skills. So, in between this session, we'll be having the polls also that we'll be running, and we'll be requiring your inputs in that. We have been discussing on decision making skills. We have been taking a lot of decisions, and to help us and to guide us on that, we'll be having Loknathan sir today with us. I would like to welcome Loknathan Nadar sir today amongst us. He is a industry professional having more than 20 years of experience, a CA and CS by qualification, and he's currently the business head at Mahindra Life Spaces. He's also on the CIA Gujarat State Council. He's also a part of SEMA. He's worked on multiple government projects as well. And I'm sure today we'll be getting to learn a lot from his experiences. Loknathan sir, I would like to welcome you. The session is open for you, sir.
Thank you so much, Sneha ma'am. It is such a nice pleasure to meet all the students here. I could see that there are around 400 participants here itself in Zoom, and there are many people live on Facebook. Pleasure is mine, and on this happy Saturday, we are all connecting on this very important topic on decision making. Am I audible to all? I mean, is it?
Absolutely, yes, yes.
Yeah. And decision making, as you rightly said, Sneha ma'am, that is things that people do on a very daily basis. And the fact that today everyone decided to join this particular session itself is very important. So can I just share the screen?
Yes, sir, you can go ahead.
Continue. Share. Right. So it is very important skill. People say that, what is decision making? How do we call decision making? Whether it is in art, whether it is in science, and daily, day in and day out, people have been making decisions, and that's what is the art of it. I can definitely ask you all one simple thing. Today, what did you all decide? The lockdown is there. So, have you all decided to be at home? Have you all decided to go out? A simple decisions. So right from morning, you would have taken quite a number of decisions, but we take that unconsciously. So what happens is decision making per se, generally we can divide it in two forms, like whether you call it as a high quality decision or a low quality decision. Because consciously and unconsciously, you keep on taking multiple decisions throughout. So those decisions that you take so quickly, that could be low quality decisions. And something for which you apply your mind, you start thinking, you start worrying on it, you start making notes about it. That could be high quality decisions. So simply, when we put it in some thoughts, I just wanted to put some thoughts in between, what a decision making is. A decision making is where there are many options and you pick just one. So though there are many options to you, you have to pick one choice. The choice that you made now, that I need to attend this session. That is one good decision that you would have taken. I think this picture speaks a lot, right? Some easy decisions. And I mean, you can choose, that you will be able to not have more than 200 grams or 300 grams of food, but you start moving around all the plates and you decide which food is that you like the most, which is good for your health, which has been recommended by your doctor, which has been, if you are in a 5-star hotel, maybe, you will decide which is the cost effective ones. If you are among the parties, then what kind of decision. So these are all easy decisions, but still, every time you go to one plate, you will be making some decisions, whether you want sweet. So the taste bud of yours will also activate. That will also play a role to it. How good it has been decorated, maybe, that is one more decision. Suddenly, you find there are fruits there. You are one which is vegetarian, and you go according to that. So those are small decisions which you keep taking every day. And this is one more decision. I think, if I have to take a poll here, generally, that how many people are the ones, who take lot of time in the morning in the wardrobe deciding which color are they going to use it today. That's also one more important decision that you may be taking, right? But these are all easy decisions, isn't it? These are all very easy decisions which we take, but still it takes time. So decision making per se has its own process. And as we just saw, some where the taste bud is going to activate it, and some where you ask your friends, कल आप कौन से कलर पहन के आने वाले हो, what dress is going to be there. If you see in Navratri, we also have that 9 colors that people start wearing. So how decision making gets influenced even in your wardrobe. And some difficult decisions, the one that you see in the screen. If you have to refer a doctor, you start thinking whether, is it a right doctor, whether that he will be a right person for me. Should I go there? You pick up the phone and you ask your friends some of the time, have you, do you have some references for these doctors? So how your simple decision making, you roll along and you see that, how you are going to take some assistance from a lot of people. So you saw that somewhere your taste bud was activated. Somewhere you have been, asking your friends, you were looking at the calendar days, that which days, what I am going to wear. At the same time, somewhere you are asking some patients, okay, how the doctor has been. Some not so easy decisions. I'm sure you also went through this decision. Which major should I choose for my college? What should be my major, right? And then, as Sneha ma'am very rightly said, which job to take up post-college? You have multiple job options which comes to you, which company to choose, which segment to choose. So these are all the decisions that you will be going through every time in your life. And, so this is going to influence. But at the same time, I would like to add just one more point here, that when you look at all these things, high quality and low quality, you ask one questions to yourself. Is this decision going to impact me? How is it going to impact me? What is it going to impact me? Then you start thinking that, whether it is going to be beneficial for me or it is not. So these kind of all questions, when you gather, then that decision suddenly from a low quality decision starts moving towards the higher end. So it becomes a high quality decisions. I'm sure all of them would have taken a big decision of selecting friends. Did you all select the friends, or everybody, came on the way? Some came on the way, some stayed for long, and some you are all still holding back, right? Some of them are long-term friends. Some of them are your childhood friends. So selection of the friend, how long did you all take to, do this kind of decisions? I'm taking you all through all these slides because you have to put a thought that what kind of decisions you are making day in and day out. Every slide you have to think that, how these decision making patterns you all are doing daily. So in every situations, what you search for is who, what, where, when, how, why. All these questions you keep answering. Let me just put one more example on this current situations. Today, everybody is locked up due to this COVID-19. And suppose you stay somewhere in Kalyan, Virar, Borivali, and you decide that, okay, today I need to go to Churchgate. Today I need to go to Churchgate, and maybe, I need to have a KC College Vada Pav. Very simple thought process that you need to have KC College Vada Pav, and you are thinking that I need to take roads. Now, the time you have decided that I need to do something like this, you start thinking about so many other options. How am I going to go? The first thing that everybody is going to ask, lockdown hai, are you all definitely going to go out? Is there risk involved in it? Should I go for it? Is there something else that I can opt for? Who is going to come along with me? How am I going to travel because there is a lockdown? So all these decisions. So, this COVID-19 situation has given a lot of opportunity to people to actually evaluate every options that you'll have. Every options that you people have been, thinking right from the morning, you are taking some decisions. Should I consume this? Should I utilize this today, or should I keep it for tomorrow? Should this grocery be cooked today? I'm sure there are a lot of decisions which is happening at your kitchen that your mom will be taking now. Should I have this food? Should I not? So these are all the situations which you all are searching for. So when you look at a problem and you answer all these things and you reach a solutions, so that is all the process of decision making. So I need to know that, whether people take right decisions, wrong decisions. Is there something called as right or wrong decisions? So let us pause here, and and I'll ask to take a poll. Does anyone take wrong decisions? Do you all feel that you have taken some wrong decisions in life? I think you people can select the answer.
That is getting interesting, sir.
I mean, very nice. The poll is live, and I'm sure everybody is also able to see the results, right? Is the poll result shared on the screen? Is
Yes,
everybody
sir. Now it's visible to all.
okay? So there are 237 people. That means 88% of people said people take wrong decisions. And 12% people, I mean, like around 32 people have responded that no, you have always take right decisions. It's very interesting. I mean, like, I didn't expect that the poll will be 88 and 12, but it's a fantastic way of thinking that, so you believe that people take wrong decisions. Okay, I'll stop. I'll stop the screen. Can we just remove those results?
Yes, that's removed, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was seeing the results. Okay. So you feel that does anyone take wrong decisions? And we got a poll of 88% people saying wrong decisions. And what if I say that people don't take wrong decisions? They choose one options. But what they actually go through is they have the consequences of the decisions. So if you see, you are free to choose, but you're not free to alter the consequences of the decisions. And this slide is going to be very important because people have been always thinking that I am taking some wrong decisions. Let me tell you, every path, like, in our Indian culture, we generally say that, every route is going to take you to moksha. So similar way, every path is going to lead you to some destination. But if you are thinking that you want to reach a particular destination, then you may choose a definite path. If you choose another path, still you will reach some other destinations. Whether you decide or not, you will be 1 year older tomorrow, right? So you cannot decide on those things. So you choose to do what to do today. So whatever you do today is actually going to influence. So you are actually going to see the consequences. Because this 88%, Sneha ma'am, I would, like to share one or two other stories also, which I was not thinking earlier, but this 88% has actually influenced me to add some more.
Yes.
The entire system that we study, whether you study Bible, whether you study Gita, or whatever you study, you find that you have been taught to make decisions. You saw that the story starts from an apple in a Bible, right? So what happens? Somebody took that decisions and the world has changed over, right? So same case, when you look at Gita, okay, or when you look at Mahabharata, you will find that every juncture, why this is taught to y'all is that what decision was made and what was the consequences. So when we study even the historical books or mythological books, when you look at it from a decision-making perspective, you will find that somebody had taken some decision. If Ram never chose to go behind that deer, I'm sure there would not be Ramayana. Right? So he chose to go. So now the decision is not whether he went to go, whether he did a right thing or wrong thing. But once he has gone there, that means the entire Ramayana has a different consequences to it. So you are free to choose. You can choose to, you can freely choose any of the options. So that's why we normally say there is nothing called as right or wrong decisions. There are multiple options and you select one. So interesting. I think, the poll was very interesting one. Now, how is this? You don't have any control on your decisions and how decisions are going to affect you, right? We don't know. I think this slide is going to be controversial till the time government is not coming out with any such decision. So my disclaimer is there, please. So we are all left with one, serious question now. I'm sure all of the participants here, all my student friends here will be thinking, "Ki sir, aap kya bol rahe ho? Should I take right decision, wrong decision? Am I left? Am I right?" There is nothing like that. Remember, you have to make a decision. You need to choose one. Now, when you decide to choose one, so that's how the definition goes. The process of examining your possibilities, options, comparing them, and choosing one. You have to choose one among the various options. So all the options are going to be available to you, and every option will have a different consequences. So as I said, there is nothing called as right decision or wrong decisions. There is going to be a decision and the consequences of it. I'll take to the next slide also. So what happens is, I'll just continue the story that we left there. So if you make a decision that I need to have KC College Vada Pav, and you start from Borivali, you are about to start from Borivali. And if you are the younger most person at your place, then the first thing that the decision maker, or maybe, your dad comes out and says, no KC College Vada Pav today because there is a lockdown. So you saw how the influence is coming from somewhere. So you would have thought that you are taking decision, but somebody else have taken a decision that you cannot go out. And then you follow. Now let me put the same question. The same lockdown is there, but your dad decides that he wants to have that vada pav. Then maybe, you take the decision further and you start evaluating that, okay, how do I reach there? So that's why, the decision and the consequences are going to have a lot of link. Well, so if I ask you that, do you know driving? Then for that driving skills, if we break that skills, you will find out that, okay, I need to know how to operate. I need to know how to start the vehicle. I need to know how to press the accelerator. I need to know how to look at the behind mirror, front mirror, look on the sides. And I should also know how to brake when it is important. And I need to know where am I supposed to go. So once you make that skill, the driving skills, you break it up, then you find that there are various processes involved. So same way, when you look at decision-making skills and you divide it out, then you find that there are various steps. You define a problem, you define an objective to it, you think about the alternatives, you work out the consequences, and you make trade-offs. So let me take you to the next slide. So let's take a look. How do you define a problem? Like, we had just started that you want to have the vada pav today, right? See the bigger picture. Is it important? Constraints and challenges. Once I start from Borivali, maybe, I'll have to cross through multiple checks where people will be there, where people can stop me. Analyze the linked decision. You may be, asked to pay additional challans by police somewhere, right? The RTO may stop you. Linked decision. So once you take a decision, you will have to face all the consequences. Ask others. Call up and first find out, KC College Vada Pav stall is open today, right? So these are all those things, how you define the problem. So when you define the problem, you also see what is the bigger picture to it. Is it important? See the challenges. You could see the image close by, a person sitting on the branch and he is actually cutting the same branch. You could see that, analyze the linked decisions. If you take one decision, then everything else can also fall behind, fall on you. Like COVID situations, people have been speaking that, please don't go out, because if you have corona, then everybody in the family may also have. So your simple decisions may actually affect everybody in the family. These are linked, right? So analyze the linked decisions that once you take, how it is going to affect the others. Define the objectives. What's more important is also to create a wish list that this is what I want. Note all your concerns, because unless whatever decision you need to make, you are going to note down all your concerns. You distinguish between means and end objectives. What is the start? Like you see a flowchart there. I want to be rich. Then ask the question, why? Then you will answer that, okay, I need to retire early. Then again, why do you want to retire early? You may come out and say, okay, I need to spend time traveling with my family. Again, a question, why? Now that's my definition of quality of life. So you see, the time you put another why to it, you will get an answer to it. So the time you get each answer, there will be a lot of clarity. That's where your objectives is going to be set. So like, for example, we decided on buying a vada pav, right? So don't forget that example. So first thing is why it is important. It may be your dish for the lunch. You have decided, aaj mujhe lunch mein vada pav hi khana hai. Do we have an alternative? So those kind of things, no, aaj nahi lunga, so it's going to be difficult. Now, let me just replace that vada pav with a medicine that somebody at your place or your neighbor is going to be needing today. Maybe the diabetes medicine, maybe the, BP medicine, which is not available across, which only a medical store in Churchgate is open today and you need to buy, and the lockdown still prevails. See how the decisions suddenly have changed. Now your objective is different because saving a life has come into picture. So now all the other alternatives where you were evaluating, is it okay that, I have to go through all these trains? Then you realize that, okay, it is not about my lunch. It is somebody's life attached to it. So I need to go for it. How your influences are coming. So, define the objective, visualize the end result. When you visualize having a vada pav, there is a satisfaction. But at the same time, when you visualize that somebody is going to be saved because of the medicine, then it's going to be difficult. It's going to be different. Think of alternatives. So once you have taken, once you are thinking about taking some decisions, you will also think about the alternatives. What are the modes? How do I reach there? What are the constraints? Like we saw that, if you have to cross between Borivali to Churchgate, what are the concerns? What's going to be the constraints? Set high aspirations. Put your subconscious to work. Start thinking, because most of the time, intuition works a lot. So there are so many people also takes decisions based on their intuitions. Consult others. Ask your dad, ask your parents, ask your elders, ask your friends, ask your peers. Ask somebody who has already gone through it. I'm sure a lot of students are from NIMD. You people are going to go for, suppose, one event. So you will immediately ask your seniors, have you all done similar events earlier? What are the constraints there? How do I reach there? What are the alternatives there? Don't prejudge options. Most of the time, what happens is, if somebody has given an idea, be prejudge. Don't prejudge. Optimize your options and know where to stop. You should also know that, how long am I going to calculate the alternatives? Hindi mein kehte hain na, gaadi chhoot jayegi. So when you write about all your alternatives, don't give so much time that you are just finding options only. You need to know when to stop, because every decision of yours, or every option that you are writing also has a validity to it. If you decide to attend this particular session tomorrow, then the session is not live, right? So you had to take it before 11 o'clock today. Work out the consequences. You need to also find out that, once these alternatives are there, every alternative will have its own consequences. What are the different consequences that it's going to have? Like, for example, if you're selecting a job, if you're going for event, if on the same day there are 2 marriage events which is happening, and you are deciding that which event are you going to attend. So I'm sure, all of them would have already prepared. Travel allowance, where am I going to get? In this, am I going to get? Am I not going to get? Which location? Is it a outstation? Is it a local marriage? How the couple is? What is the age group of the couple? Who all are going? So, you prepare all the consequences along with the alternates. So every alternate, and you will write all the alternates, alternatives, you will find all the consequences also. Create a future scenario, how things are going to look like. I'm sure all of them, the time you receive an SMS that, okay, there is an event that is going to happen in Goa, the first thing that comes to your mind is, okay, you are going to reach Goa, you are going to enjoy Goa. Apne event sochne se pehle, you would have already thought that, what is going to happen there. Rate each consequences. Construct a consequences table. You find on the other, the top end that, how the consequences list is there. Salary, perks, location, saving potential, working hours, weekend, and you make for every job options that you have. You weigh both of them. Simplify analysis by rating options from good to worst. This is better, this is not, and you do a ranking options. Once all these things are ready, then you make trade-offs. How you make trade-offs? You exchange. Pizza chalega, vada pav ke jagah pe. If that shop is not there, you make trade-offs. Analyze the alternates and make swaps. Can I just exchange something? How one good alternative here, and I have to exchange with that. Like, for example, suppose you decide, okay, there are 2 events. One is in Goa, another is in Trivandrum. Then you think that, okay, Trivandrum, I'll get this, Goa, I'll get that. You even the swaps, you will cancel some of the common options and revisit your objectives. So in terms of decision making, you define the problem completely. You define the objective by looking at various desired outcomes. You work out alternatives by looking the decision problem from various perspectives. You saw all the alternatives. And you also see the consequences. And you ask yourself, if you are comfortable with these outcomes, are you okay with these outcomes? And then make intelligent trade-offs to arrive at a good decision. So this is how, you make the entire decision process. Now, a stop here. I would like to stop and take one more break here. Types of decision making. Now, how your decision making is going to be influenced by all these things? Because I told you, if you want to buy a vada pav or your dad wants to buy a vada pav, how the types of decision making is going to be influenced. So suppose this is you are a decision maker, and you have to talk to some people before you take some decisions. You have to be consulted. So talk to us before you make the decisions. Like, for example, suppose you are going to do an event, then you have to talk to so many other people who are concerned with that particular event, and you have to take some event. There will be some people who will be executing it and some people who will be impacting because of that, right? So so there have to be some people who have to be informed and some people who will be executing. So you need to take their strength, whether they will be able to execute it. So when you take those decisions, these are all the people who are going to be impacted. Consequences, right? I'll again go back to the same example that we gave. When Ram decided to go after the deer, Ravana decided to take Sita away, and thereafter they had to walk through all, they had to form the army, they have to create the Vanar Sena, they had to come out with Sugri, they have to come out with Hanumana. See, you find some people they consulted, some people wanted to execute, so they had to join hands, right? So all these people are going to be influenced because of one decision you saw on top. Let me take you to the next slide. So now what happens is, how the decision making are going to be depending upon all the various participants, like consumer decision making process, how consumers are making decisions, especially for marketing. See, because I need to also give you all a flavor about how these decisions are also happening at corporates. How these decisions are, your simple decisions that you make day to day are also applied in your working style once you get into a job. Like understanding how consumers make decisions is key for marketing and sales specialist. Once you enter into a showroom, the first 2-3 racks will be of some things which may not be so very important to you, but are very impulsive to you. So, you will pick. And those things which are most important to you, which you came for buying, will be at end or maybe corner of the store. Especially if you see groceries, if you go for any food marts, you'll find that the groceries and other important or essential elements are kept at one corner. Because by the time the consumer moves, he keeps making other decisions which is not important to him, because he has already decided that he has to buy something which is inside the shop. Right? Team decision making skills, see, also called as group decisions, making a collaborative decision making. Like, for example, you all people decide to go for a movie. Important in business and managerial jobs, you actually put it to your entire marketing team to create, like, you create an event, and for an event you want to make a decision. Executive decision making, where most of the time it is some decision which has already been decided and everybody has to follow. The opposite of group decisions, where somebody is taking a decision. Hitler took a decision that he wants to take Germany into a different scale, and everybody had to follow, right? The opposite of group decision, basically. Consensus decision. Now, this rare team skills finds a solution. Like, for example, all members can support. There will be one consensus decision making skills, which is there in the government. Like, there is a consensus, there is an opinion which is already there, and then, everything flows accordingly. NGOs, non-profit jobs, all these things are like that. One simple example I like to add, because it also said government, when you have to pass a bill, you have to ensure that it passes through the lower house, it passes through the upper house, it takes the support from all of them, and finally it takes the assent from president. So there is voting, right? And then medical decision making skills, which is crucial for doctors. Today, you will find that all the COVID and other things, there are so many decisions that is being taken right in the morning. You reach a hospital, there are so many decisions that gets taken. Data driven decision making. I took a poll here where 88% said, yes, people make wrong decisions. So this is data driven. So how people are taking decisions. This is crucial in data heavy field like marketing or healthcare. Evidence-based decision making. When you see something happening, then you take decisions based on that. Yes, it is happening. So you see the results are there. Like, for example, if COVID is going to come out with a vaccine, if there is a vaccine cure, if there is a cure for those 1,000 people who have been tested now, once that evidence is achieved, thereafter every country is going to follow some decision. So that's why it is vital for healthcare field. Program decision making. Like, for example, policies are there. You just look at the policy and you say, okay, like small example, you all are college students. So you go to the notice board, you check, okay, what the college is saying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth is going to be your exams. So so it is already decided, and then you flow accordingly. So based on that one action, you come back home, you start preparing for your exams, you start preparing all other activities. So program-based decision making. Very critical one, ethical-based decision making. This is very important, especially for healthcare, especially for finance industry, where ethics comes into picture, where so much decision making is going to be, even though a small example, suppose there are certain decisions, that by taking it may impact a lot of people. Should you decide yes or should you decide no? Ethical based, rational decision making, intuitive based decision making. A lot of people feel, mera gut feeling, I want to do this. And then military decision making, absolutely based on the multi-step plan. I'm sure all these things, you people can review ahead. So that's the reason I'm skipping some of the slides a bit faster. So you see, in this entire series, there is a decision making and there are so many influences which help you to reach to a conclusions. And every activity has a lot of participant in decision making. As I said, conscious decisions, when you have to take a team decisions, when you have to take marketing decisions, when you have to take decision based on the consumer likes and all. So these are all the areas where again decision is going to be happening, and that's where you people will be taking part to it once you complete your college and once you are out in the job field. These are all the areas where you may be making your decision on a day-to-day basis. So when you take decisions, there are certain skills that you actually add in, especially the analytical skills, because as I said, most of the people thought that you can take wrong decisions. I would say it is not wrong decisions, it is ill-informed decisions. Because whoever is taking a decision thought that he took a right decision. You just ask anybody who has taken a decision, he will say, I took the right decision. Because for him, what he thought, or for her, she thought that she has taken a right decision. The only fact is, when they were taking those decisions, the construct or the alternatives or the detailing has been less. So based on the available data, whatever decision they thought was right. So to reach precisely, when you are making a high quality decision, as I said, high quality, low quality. When you take high quality decision, start working on minutely. So when you identify a problem, you need some skills about problem analysis. You go to the root cause analysis. You do this 5 why techniques. You ask who, what, where, how, when. So once you write all these and once you find answers to all these things, it is going to automatically impact you when you make some decisions. Automatically your decision making will be different. Like, for example, I'll just add here that if you decide that I need to go to KC College and have a vada pav, but somebody says, boss, Bandra ke aage curfew hai, you cannot go, right? So see, just understand that is an additional information that you received now. The time you receive those information, immediately you will pull back your decisions. Sorry, boss, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I may not want to go and wait there for 5 years, 5 hours and then cross Bandra and then go to have that vada pav. Or somebody gives you another option that the medical store that you thought that is open at Churchgate is actually having an option at Malad. Suddenly your things have changed. So your decision is going to be based on how you are analyzing the problem, what kind of information that you have, like collecting input. You gather informations, you conduct polls, like we just conducted a poll. You build the consensus among the people. Simple thing, when, if all your 5 friends have decided that, you need to celebrate your 6th friend's birthday party in suspense, you start asking to each other. You start messaging, you form one more WhatsApp group, you write to them, okay, so-and-so is the date, so-and-so is the person, what should be our gift? You start building consensus towards it. And then you start thinking, budget का तंगी है, budget इतना ही हो सकता है. Can we contribute 500 per person? So there will be, 2,500. Okay, 2,500, what are the products available? Will she like, will he like? So, this is a simple decision that you people take every day. And mind you, you are going through all those things. You are taking inputs, you are making financial analysis, see there, generating possible solutions. You brainstorm, you are creatively thinking, you are thinking, that what is her likes or what is his likes, whether belts are okay, whether wallets are okay, whether dresses are okay. You are making those decisions. And you are, choosing, you are also evaluating. You do the risk analysis. No, yeah, this wallet she already has or he already has, you are doing a cost and financial analysis. 2,500, but that will not be enough. The product that we are discussing is almost 5,000 rupees. So, you do this all analysis. So these are all analytical skills. Maybe at the larger scale, you will be putting out when you come to organizations. So the same decision makings that you people are doing now is what I am doing today, but my parameters are different. When you ask for who, what, where, why, when, I may be thinking from the perspective of labor. I may be thinking about the perspective of material. I may be thinking from the perspective of manpower. I may be thinking the perspective of capital. But decision making is still the same. So I have highlighted some more skills which are not generally decision making skills, but this will also be, needed when you build up, like active listening, communication. How am I listening to my problems? When somebody comes out with an options to you, okay, I'll quote a small example here. Again, the Ramayana example only. If you remember, there is something called as Lakshman Rekha, which was pulled, and the very clear instruction was given to Sita, please don't cross the line. Active listening. She should have listened to it. She crossed the line. And then the Ramayana happened. Communications. How well the communication happens, right? Or how good or bad the communication could be. Like in the Bible story, I said, the snake comes out, it says, eat the apple. There was a communication, good, bad, communication. Troubleshooting and problem solving, interpersonal skills. When you have to, as I said, when you have to buy the gift for your friend, the 5 other friends have to have their interpersonal skills about collaborating with each other. Everybody has to agree. Who will go and buy for it? How we are going to collect money? Paytm karenge? Somebody is staying in Virar and the product is available at Borivali. How are you going to purchase it out? Right? And logic, critical thinking, analytical skills, and you do your time management. Time management, very important. If you make a decision that, your decision has to be taken at XYZ time. Because once even a right decision will be wrong if you are taking it at a wrong time. If the time has passed, like for example, 11:45 is your flight time and you have to reach airport before 2 hours and you are decided to go by that time, and if you reach late, the flight would have been gone. Your time management and your leadership skills, all these skills are also going to be very important. You need to build it across because these are also going to help you how you are going to take decisions. Napoleon once said, the most difficult thing is taking decisions, because he was supposed to be taking only decisions, and he said it was the most difficult thing that he is experiencing. Leadership, similar way, like Nazis, when Hitler is known for taking wild decisions, sharp decisions, immediate decisions. So all these things are also going to be very important. This one slide is self-explanatory, so if it is important to you, you will find a way. So when you know that, okay, my end decision is very important, I will again explain about the high and low quality. You know that pizza may not be healthy for you. You may know that junk foods may not be healthy for you. You may know that, okay, this is very costly, but still most of the time you tend to take the decisions and you tend to have it. Low quality decisions. Because not all the decisions are made thinking at the same logical flow. Most of the time you just decide. So the decision making skill is when you actually find that, okay, this is going to impact me on a larger scale, then I need to go through this process. Okay. Like when you're driving, you need to take a left, and then, there is a red light and you need to take a left. and you are just, you have taken your notepad out, you are writing the 5 consequences and you are finding the alternates, mujhe aage route lena hai, nahi lena hai. You need to take left immediately. So those decisions have to be made very sharp, very fast. Now, nurture your decision-making skills with 7 tips. So I leave the 7 tips. This is very important. So you people can, take screenshots. You people can actually see I think the recording is also available for you all. Decide faster. Over 5,000, 500 millionaires studied and all shared a key trait. They made decisions quickly. It is very important to take the decisions. It is very important to take quick decisions because the decisions may be apt at that particular time, right? COVID is the best example for it. There are a lot of people who are still contemplating lockdown was right or wrong. So the two things that you see in the news channel is lockdown sahi tha or lockdown sahi samay mein tha. These are two things that people are, deliberating on. So whether the decision was right and whether was decision at the right time. Make quick decisions. Keep your eyes on the goal. So knowing the goal helps you make decision faster because it is simplifies the choices. Once you know this is what I want, it becomes easier. Once you know that, okay, you need to attend today, you would have immediately taken the decision to keep your mobiles charged, to ensure your laptop is in place, your laptop is fully charged, your internet or Wi-Fi is working. Once you know the goal, everything else falls in place. Communication and conflict management, for team decision making, gather inputs from all stakeholders. If you want to go somewhere, maybe, vacations. Now this time, I think vacations are really tough because of this COVID-19. But had you been, thinking that I need to take this X vacations, before the exams could come, you would have started building the stories. Mom, if I score this, can we go there for vacations? And then you start buying in, take the buy-ins from all of them. You will ask your small sister or younger sister or a younger brother to also say yes to your decision. You will ask, Manav, your dad to take this decision. Dad, should we go to Manali? Should we go to Goa? Should we go to Trivandrum? Should we go to Kerala? So all these things, you take all the inputs from all the stakeholders. Limit your options. Make, more choices are important, but you need to pick the best ones and discard the rest. Don't have hundreds of choices. And I think the very important example that I'm going to give, there are so many people who said, Shadi ke liye maine 100 ladkiyan dekhi hai. Limit your options. Okay. Research. Dig on to understand the problem. Research the best 3 to 5 solutions. Find the 3 or 5 top solutions to it. Seek advice. If you are stuck somewhere, consult some people, consult some elders. Fail small and fail often. Take decisions, fail, but get up faster. But fail small. If you are taking a decision, like for us in corporates, it becomes very important that if we are working on a new product, then we need to fail faster. Because by the time it is 6 months, we would have spent maybe 5-10 crores. If it is a year, then by the time we would have spent 50 crores. And if we fail at that time, failing at 6 crores is better than failing at 50 crores. So it's going to be very important that how quick we are able to fail and how quick we are able to learn that and actually incorporate and change the course accordingly. So now, I'm going to put to a very important slide here. Decisions we all are busy with before we take the Q&A. The first two are very important for you all. So like, for example, will you use Make in India products to give economic boost post COVID-19? You can take some decisions to it. I don't know how you people are going to take, but we don't know. Make in India products to give economic boost. See decisions that I am going to use this product and maybe, somewhere else it is going to see consequences. I'm just saying all these decisions are happening between a lot of people. People have been deliberating. Should I boycott China? Should I use Indian products? Should I not? Right? Will you stay home and follow safety norms if lockdown continues? This decision is for yours. I am not going to say anything on this. At the same time, I'll just add some more that the decision that other people in corporates are busy with. Can we shut offices to save rent if all can work from home? So do you think we should shut all the offices? And we can save rent because everybody is working towards saving their fixed cost. Like to reduce fixed cost, what will you stop? Marketing cost or manpower cost? This is one more thing that is coming up. Should we pay salaries for the lockdown period? People have been fighting around, every news channel is deliberating on the same topic. Should we pay salaries for the period which was going through lockdown? Should you automate the operations as all the migrant laborers, including Mr. Sonu Sood is on live, every migrant labor has been sent back to native. Should we automate the operations? That's a capital cost decision that we have to take. And once the laborers are back, the jobs will not be there if you automate completely. So the decisions, so some decisions that you take today will have some consequences. So I will leave with you all with the slide that, there are certain decisions that you will have to take on your own, but decision making is what you people do day in and day out. You are taking throughout, right from the morning till now, and for entire life, you will be taking decisions. And let me tell you, every mythological story is making you take the right decision because they show you that some decisions had some consequences. So next time when you read a story, next time when you see some old stories, or next time when you see an event, look at it from a decision perspective. What was the decision and what was the consequences? It will help you build, because decision making is the most important thing in your entire career. That's going to shape what kind of person you are. That's going to shape what kind of job you're going to take. That's going to shape everything in you. It's decisions. It's not right or wrong. It's decision. I think we should open up for questions, Neha ma'am. I'll stop here.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much for all your insights on this, sir. You have covered the different types of decisions, and very rightly said that there is no decision that can be right or wrong, but definitely we need to take a effective decision, and also the skills that are required to take effective decisions. Those are also really helpful for all our viewers today, and I'm sure those you made that process very simpler with those examples, like a very simple example of going to KC College and planning to have that vada pav, or selecting which friends to work with and the birthday gift to choose for. Those were some really really good examples from our daily routine life that I'm sure all of our viewers would be relating to. I'm going to just start with some questions. We've already received a couple of questions, and I'll just start asking those. In the meanwhile, if anybody has more questions, please put that into the Q&A box. So, sir, we have one of the questions that's we did talk about the consequences of decision making. So, but while in the decision making process, how would you balance the risk and reward, like the pros and cons for taking that decision?
See, I think that's where I covered in the slide one important topic about when you are identifying your alternatives. Along with the alternatives, you are going to write the consequences and you are going to rank it. Because the time you decide that I am going to use that as an alternative, that alternative will also lead you somewhere,
Right.
right? I can, a very nice example is of the railway track. The railway track is already laid, like program decisions, I am saying. The railway track is already laid. The train is about to come. Okay. The train, generally, you know that this track is going to lead you to Delhi. Okay. Now, if the train and all other situations are the same, that means the train is going to reach Delhi. Just imagine that you get a news that before it reaches Delhi, somewhere in MP or somewhere in Maharashtra, there is flooding and the track has a problem. It's a program decisions. But the other alternative will be it will not go through. It may reach Delhi, but it may not go through Maharashtra now. It may go through Nagpur. It may go through the interiors of MP and then reach Delhi. Right? So consequences. So now what happens is when you have different alternatives, you're going to write that effects of it. So just imagine anybody who was supposed to get down at Maharashtra, for him it is going to be difficult. The train is finally reaching Delhi.
Right.
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 So somebody will be, left instead of Bombay at Nagpur. Somebody in MP who was supposed to get down at Indore, maybe, left somewhere in interior at some Chindwara or some other locations, right?
Absolutely.
So that's why I said, so any alternate, the time you have alternatives, you will have some consequences to it. So just imagine about the station master now who is going to take a decisions to divert the train. He has to take that decision immediately.
Right.
He cannot wait that, okay, I will pick out a notebook, I will write all the alternatives and I will take a decisions. By the time, it will be late. The train
Absolutely.
has to keep
So
moving.
many people involved in the process.
There are so many people involved in the decisions. So when you choose an alternative also, you will put a timeline to it, you will put a consequences to it, and You will also find, the first thing that you immediately see is you remove the reservation quota. You find out how many people traveling are supposed to reach Delhi, how many people are going to be disturbed. If out of the 1,000 people traveling in the train, there are only 50 people who is going to be disturbed because of that, 950 are supposed to reach Delhi, I will take the decisions. So how these important elements are going to come into play for the same decision you saw. So
Absolutely.
whether to divert or not, I have to definitely divert, but in diversion, only 50 people are going to be affected. Okay, I will make some stopgap arrangements for them. 950 have to reach Delhi.
Correct.
So how the parameters are going to be helpful?
Right, right,
I
right.
hope I solved.
Yes, yes, very much so. In continuation to that, like we were discussing that, a person needs to list down the alternates and all of that. There is a question from Amrit that is there, that there may be certain times where we are required to make quick decisions and we are short on time and we need a, immediate decision to be made. How can we do that? Like the quantity versus the quality, the time versus the quality.
See, most of the time, this is where, if you see my slide of having typical skills, the skills of time management, the skills of leadership comes into play. Let me just quote a small example. Most of the students here would have seen the movie Border. Actually, our Bollywood movie is full of decision making. That teaches decision making very aptly and very nicely. People have to actually see Bollywood movie also from the decision making perspective. Okay. Just imagine Sunny Devil with 120 people. He has to command, he has to take a decision right there. 2,000 people from Pakistan are going to hit you. The decision was quick. So he came back and he's delivered a speech. किसी को वापस जाना है तो लौट जाओ. So when you are taking quick decisions, you take the decisions from 2, 3 perspective. How it is going to affect me? How it is going to affect my people around? So because he came back, he told everybody, अगर किसी को वापस घर लौटना है तो चले जाओ. But once you take the decision, during the consequences, if anybody is going to move out, I am going to shoot you all. So he made it clear, वापस जाना है तो अब चले जाओ, right? So same way, so now when you asked about quality and quantity, you are going to be very thinking what is more important. Like for example, in COVID, or if there is a flood, like today we have flood in Bengal, right? You can serve those people dal chawal also, and you can serve them with hot biryanis also. What will you serve? You are going to serve them dal chawal because that is going to be quick. You will feel, nahi, dum biryani is going to be very high quality. I should give them. What do you think? Right? So,
Absolutely.
so to make quick decisions also, you are going to be evaluating all your options in quicker sense.
Correct, correct.
So those decisions are going to be influenced by whether you have resources, whether those resources are going to be useful for so many people, right? Will I be able to do that? Because even quickly, if I have decided that, okay, quickly, but I am going to serve only biryanis, but you are not going to find even basmati rice close by. आप करोगे कैसे? So even to take quicker decisions, now that's where the leadership skills comes into picture. The ability to think through comes into picture. Your past decision-making skills and executed skills comes into picture. There are a lot of people, even in event industry, because, all our friends are from events also, I can just quote that. A lot of people, say, if this is the team leader, I'm going to work for him because he takes right decisions. It is not the right decision alone. It is because of his all the experiences of the past that makes him quick. He knows how confident that his people are on the ground. He knows where all there could be problems, how he can patch it up, how he can cover it up. So all these skills actually helps in decision making. That's where leadership skills comes in,
Right,
right?
right. Very well said, sir. I mean, that three main points will be definitely helpful, and I'm sure Amrit and all the viewers have noted those 3 points down to make quicker decisions. So, when it comes to talking about leaders, so we did touch upon that point in the presentation of collaborative and collective decision making. So when there are, daily, day in and day out, leaders are required to make a lot of decisions, some small ones, some big ones. So what would be the tips for our students who are just getting into the corporate world, and
It's
some of the
12
viewers are
o'clock.
already managing teams? So what would be some tips for them? How should they be managing the decision making process?
See, decision making comes with leadership traits also. I'm sure a lot of people, I mean, you people will all have gone through the various leadership styles. Some are collaborative, Some ask the team and then take decisions. Some takes consensus-based decisions. There are certain leadership skills where the decisions comes from top, and the team has to just follow. Like for example, the military decisions, which I said,
Yeah.
it comes from the top. आपको अभी हमला करना है. Like for example, that Ghazi attack. It's a very nice movie again.
Yeah.
If people
Absolutely.
have not watched, please watch it again.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
The captain comes out and says कि boss, अभी हमको launch करना है. आपको launch करना है. So you saw that leadership skills, And thereafter, when he said dive down 350 meters, then immediately he said, sir, battery nahi chalne wali hai. So you are taking the stock of what are the situations. You are going to take stock of situations. You are going to take stock of things. So leadership skills are going to be very important in decision making per se. And the style is also going to be important because most of the time, if there is a gap between a leader as well as a team, if the leader is very senior and the team are very junior, you will find that even though he is a good leader, he will prefer to give an autocratic decision.
Right.
So this, when we make the decision making matrix, when we make the organogram also, even as organization, even as Mahindras, we do that very consciously, because if I have to take some decision which is going to be based on startups, if I have to take some decision which is going to be based on consumer pattern, I will be having two young people. I will be taking conscious decisions. If as a management, if we decide that it is going to be a different project where my teams are going to be very junior teams, they are only executing teams, I will be only passing out informations of executing. I will give instructions to them. So it's a decision from top and instructions to bottom. So I know that these people are executives. These people are going to execute it. Right?
Right.
So this is how the informations as well as the decision making pattern changes from situations as well as the leadership styles. If I have a senior team working below, then most of the time even the leader feels confident to give that task, to delegate that task, to give that decision making to all the people down, and then collectively see the responsibility. Correct. And that's where APJ Abdul Kalam gives a good example about his leader that he learned when they did the first launch. I'm sure most of the people would have seen that, how that first launch, when it failed, how the leader responded, and the next time when it came successful, how the leader responded. Because that's when the leader protects your team, and that's when the leader also carries the team along. So leadership and decision making are going to be very important.
Absolutely, absolutely. Very well noted, sir. I mean that the decision-making process. I mean, to become effective leaders, having those decision-making skills are very, very crucial. And when it comes to talking about the collaborative decision-making, and handling the teams, there could be at times when there could be disagreements between the team also. So there is a time when we are taking autocratic decision, and but there would be a time when there would be people at the same level. There could be certain disagreements. So how would you give some highlights on that?
See, I think that's where the team meetings and team motivational things that we generally conduct.
Right.
Because what happens is, I'll quote the example of Indian Parliament here. Okay, the decisions are taken with, you are taking opinions from all of them. You have chosen everybody, and finally you have chosen our PM, right? When the decision comes from top, since we are a democratic country, we have our own opinions about whether it is right and wrong, right?
Absolutely right.
But still we have to sail through that decision, because finally, once elected and once selected and once decided, you will have to follow. That people will have to accept it, even among the team. Most of the time, what happens is the team forgets that what was the mission for which I started this? What was the purpose for which I started with? So the time you align yourself with the purpose, you will find that to reach the purpose, to reach the core, these are the various alternatives that we have. And one of those alternatives, as I said, there is no right or wrong decisions.
Right.
Delhi to पहुंचना है आपको. You may go through Maharashtra, you may go through Nagpur and MP. You will reach Delhi. Only thing is there will be some alteration. So even when the decisions are taken thereafter, the team members, it is important that you collaborate to it, you work towards it. And during that time, because decisions are also not rigid, let me tell you, today's life, decisions are going to be completely agile. You have to be agile. You need to be adjusting to various things that is coming.
Correct.
COVID has come. Now a lot of people have changed. I'm sure 400, 500 people on Zoom. Nobody would have used Zoom earlier. People have all adapted to it.
Right.
KG students' classes are happening online. Nobody would have imagined it. So nobody would have imagined that all these sessions will be happening like this. So we have to be agile to adapt also. Situations change. And
Right.
then as things come in, incorporate that in your decision making things and sail through.
Right. Thank you for that answer, sir. Quickly, I will just move on to the next question as well. There is a question from Mansi Shah. Her question is, how do you prioritize which decisions to make first? Like, definitely, there are times when you're required to take a lot of decisions. So, prioritizing, any tips on that?
Mansi, it's a very nice questions, and let me tell you, Sneha ma'am, time and again, I mean, like even at my desk, as Mahindra's as my desk, I will be having 3 boxes. ABC analysis are made, okay, because everybody has 24 hours only, whether it is Mansi, whether it is Sneha ma'am, you, whether it is me, or whether it is our PM, Mr. Narendra Modi. Okay, it's going to be 24 hours. Now, once you are going to enter into a particular stuff, you will be evaluating that. If you will find that 80% of the decisions are going to have 20% value, and 20% decisions are going to be having that 80% value. You do that ABC analysis, then life becomes very easy.
The Pareto's principle. Yeah.
So once you do that ABC analysis, you know that which decisions you have to spend how much time. Like, most of the time we spend a lot of time in selecting what should be the pizza's topping. Right? Cheese होना चाहिए, उसमें mushroom होना चाहिए कि नहीं होना चाहिए.
Right.
Half of the time you reach the restaurant, you start thinking that paneer tawa hai ki paneer butter masala hai. Right? So you need to know that, how you are going to make that decision quickly. Now, if somebody says you have only 10 minutes and within 10 minutes you need to have and you need to clear that table, the first thing that you are going to ask the waiter is, waiter, kya taiyar hai? See, how that restriction, the time you had that restriction of time on your head, you immediately change your decision. You said, jo taiyar hai usko lao, mujhe kha ke jana hai.
Absolutely.
Right? So same way, but at the same time, just imagine other way around. I'll give you a very quick example also to it, because it's a very nice question and it will be important for all. There has been a lot of deliberation that is being made in the corporates that residential sales are also going to happen completely online. Okay. There are so many things that everything is going to be digitally there. Everything is going to be digitally managed. Even us, I mean, we come from real estate background. Even we have our own opinion. We are working towards it. 20 years back, nobody imagined that Amazon, you will be actually buying clothes, because people had their own choices to make.
Right.
Best fit hoga ki nahi.
Of wearing and trying that and then
trying it, right? Texture mujhe pasand nahi aayega. So then they made it that, okay, if you don't like it, return it. So once you made some corrections, it entered into a mainstream business. But just imagine, 15 years, this change has happened, including the fact that Shadi.com, matrimony.com bhi aa chuka hai, right? You make choices for your life. Dresses you can return back. Shadi.com में आप return करोगे कि नहीं मुझे पता नहीं. Right? वहां पर alternate नहीं आया है. So there, even though you take some time to select, but then you have one more parallel assignment that you go, you meet, you find, then you confirm, right? So now you decide if it is going to be a one-time decision of your life, how will you make? If it is every next time's decision, every next day, like for example, people where banking used to be very difficult. People used to imagine about a branch manager going there, standing in queue, depositing. Now it's all app-based. Because every 10 minutes you are making banking transactions now. Paytm, every 10 minutes you are making. But do you think that's how you are going to decide digitally when you're selecting your wife and you're selecting your husbands? It's not. Right? So now, Mansi, again the same question is, how will you prioritize it? If it is selecting your husband, I'm sure you're going to take some more time, right? It's not going to be like, clicking and you would have selected. It's not going to be happening. But at the same time, how it is, selecting something else, like you have to buy something in Amazon, it will be very quick. quick, right?
Right.
So
I
you
would just
will
like
spend
to, yeah,
20%, 80% analysis that will help you out to solve all your problems. First, decide it is important. It has to fit in my timeline. It has to fit my cost. And what is the value of my time?
right,
My time. That's where we start delegating, because my cost of spending that 1 hour will be much, much, much more than my staff. So to increase my timeline, I would have delegated those things to him.
correct,
90% of my task would have been delegated, because I know I earn more than 10 to 20 times of his salary. So my time is 10 to 20 times costly. So if I take 1 hour, he can still take 20 hours and do the same thing. That's how I delegate. That's why delegation becomes important.
correct,
Right?
correct. And just to add to that, so prioritizing, even it just recollected the example that we have almost read a lot of times that the top leaders, they do not waste a lot of time on choosing what to wear on a daily basis. I'm sure we all have come across Steve Jobs wearing that same black polo T-shirt and Mark Zuckerberg wearing that same gray T-shirt every time, whether that's a conference or whether that's a team regular day. So definitely they are also saving that time and trying to prioritize that.
See, that's where I also said that, that 500 millionaires people said quicker decision making is the key. You
Correct.
need to know which decisions you are going to take quickly.
Right.
I will just add one small example. You people will be taking when you play carom, रानी पहले लेना है कि कवर पहले लेना है? मुन्ना भाई एमबीबीएस देखा था ना?
Right.
I'm sure all the kids are relating. That's why I'm using these examples for you all. Okay. So you will take the quick decision here. वहां पर आप analysis नहीं करोगे, right?
Right. Uh, Sir, that was very nice. I mean, with a lot of relatable examples, I'm really glad that the students are asking a lot of questions. I'll quickly ask a few more. There's a question from Atharva Shinde. There's a time when we have several options from which to choose, but none of them may be sufficient to meet our goal. How would we decide which option do we follow?
You need to dig deeper for that, Arthur, because as I said again, there is no right or wrong decisions, but the consequences, because you will be thinking that you are choosing a right decision or you are doing right. But maybe, because of lack of informations, because of lack of options, because of lack of details that you want to work around, you may end up having a wrong consequences. So dig deep, go further. I will quote a small example on this. Oil companies. See, oil companies, they have to put rigs there, deep inside the sea. There are a lot of discussions which is happening about, Krishna Basin. Reliance has found oil, or maybe, oil within Bombay High, हमने find out किया कि नहीं. Do you know a rig cost? You know the installation time? I will be spending in crores, 100 to 500 crores to do one small exploration. And if I don't have the strata details, right? So I need to think to collect the strata details, go deeper, think again, and then do that. Like the Mars exploration, we did everything right, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So do you think that we can do it again? We can do it again, but what cost,
The
right?
resources, the cost.
The cost is going to be important. So when you know that it's going to be critical, dig deeper, find some more data, right? And if you feel that you have reached a dead end, and that's where, there is an option called consult others. Maybe some seniors may be able to help you out. You may go through some difficulties, but somebody, your senior would have already gone through that. Your parents will help you to take some of the good decisions. But let me tell you, there's a disconnect between a parent and son and a mom and daughter also many times, because of age group, because of knowledge, because of informations and all. So I'm not saying that all the decisions they'll be able to take right for you, but some decisions they'll be able to give some directions to you,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
Consult your teachers, consult your staff. Consulting is also important, but first dig deeper. And now Google is very, very, very easy. You can find many details there. Do some research, and
Right.
then you can take help from all the seniors here.
Right. Very well. Thank you so much for answering that question, sir. We have the next question from a lot of students coming in that, now that the results are out and students are taking admissions and they are planning their career, which college to choose and which course to take. Any tips on how they should be managing these decisions?
I think, I saw one question which was also there. I'll link both of these questions together because it said, what was your biggest motivation which made you successful?
Right,
That
right,
was Muhammad Ayan, right?
right.
I'll club it along because it also becomes important many times that I made a simple choice. I was actually advising Navi Mumbai SEZ, and Sitco writes a small tagline there: "We make cities." That "we make cities" is what I made the decision that if it is bigger projects, then I'll be associating myself. That's how it was, very simple. And for a chartered accountant to take that decision where a lot of engineers are there, it was very difficult because a lot of people actually came down and told me, you could have practiced, you could have done this, you could have done that. But I felt what I did was right. So what happens is, how you take decisions, like, now the question is, after completing, what is going to be which segment, where am I going to work? You have to follow your heart also along with that, where your interest is going to be there. Because let me tell you, it is not an 8 hours duty finally you end up doing. You may be spending 12 hours, you may be spending 15 hours, you may be spending a lot of time. So your time has to match with your interest. If it is not going to be interesting, you will be having a lot of stress, you will be going through a lot of pressure, right? So if you enjoy, because your skill set, see what the colleges does or what all the institution does is preparing you all with decision making skills, with thinking, with alternates. It's not that you have to stick to that only, but at the same time it will enable you to do a lot more things.
Correct,
So
correct.
choosing your job when you want, you again go through the same matrix. You think about it. If you are going to, do this, like a small example, suppose there is a IT company which will give you weekend holidays, right? Or if I have to be in a event management where all your Sundays will be blocked because event happens in Sundays. So
Right,
you have to take a call, right?
right, right.
Event, most of the time you are having fun, right? IT, you will be restricted to that morning evening schedule. So these are choices that you make. So these choices you will have to make for yourself. And there is no problem. Please don't think that in the first 2 years, if I would have made a choice, then I will have to stick to it. It is not like that. It is all your inner capability, because when we also recruit people, we also see people, we also know that, okay, from where they have gone through. If there is a right intent, if there is a right integrity, please bring in integrity and ethics within yourself. If it is not there, it takes only 10 seconds for us to identify all. I am sitting on this position. I have been, screening a lot of people also. I can tell you, it takes only 10 seconds by the time, we identify whether there is an integrity or not, whether there is decision making capability or not. Because these are basic things needed for any kind of job.
Right, right,
Will
right.
you all be a reliable staff? So these are inherent characteristics, but selecting, work around, think, write it down. What are your professional capability? What is your internal capacity? But at the same time, what is of your interest? That's going to be important, because even though you know that dal chawal is healthy, still you go for pizza. Why? Because your taste is actually going to right. That's making more sense to you. So same way, if that is not going to make sense, if your job is not going to make sense to you, you'll get bored.
Correct, correct, correct. Absolutely. I'm sure a lot of people who are now planning to take admissions at various colleges are definitely making a note of these things, and definitely list down what are your aspirations and what you wish to be, and accordingly do the backward working on your decisions. So there is, and we are just running short on time. I am just taking two more questions. There is a question from Dhruvi Manvia. In your experience, when you're working on a team project, do you make the most decisions, or do you prefer to step back and follow someone else's guideline?
See, there are situations. This is a very nice question. I think a lot of the students are from SNAM. I just wanted this, are from events or from other.
All events, sports, commerce, arts, all backgrounds.
Okay, very good. So, I'll just quote a small example here. If we are conducting an event and we see that Subbalakshmi Iyer is going to perform, or maybe Hema Malini is going to perform. Okay. do you think even though the stage is with us, we will be able to, or we will be given a chance to think about whether that tabla is going to be right there, or whether that volume or the pitch of that particular music has to be changed? Then let me tell you, some of the times these decisions, even though are taken, will never come to our desk, because these are some specialist decisions, right? So every activity, even though, I sit as a team lead, I sit as a CEO of this particular company, I sit as a business head, various roles comes into picture. If I am building a real estate, if I am building an industrial cluster, there will be a technical decisions where a technical expertise will be taken, right? When you fall ill, suppose you have an abdominal pain, maybe an expert comes out from another hospital and gives you a decision that, okay, you have to take these pills. So similar way in decision making, you are going to divide management decisions, you are going to decide financial decisions, you are going to decide the team decisions. But if it is a technical decisions, you may opt for an expert outside. So some decisions you delegate. And again, as I think I forgot the name, Mansi or somebody, you will be doing that 80-20 analysis also, that you give out that 80% activities where only 20% of financial value, you will be delegating it so that your team does it. And some of the decisions which are of higher value, because every smaller decision build up overall also, right? So over a period of time, you need to make the team decide thinking about the common goal. So you will actually, map them. Unless you show them the larger picture, they will not be able to take decisions in the same alignment. Correct. Right? Take an example, if the train, as I said, the train is going and, the train has two engines, and there is an engine behind and there is an engine in the front. If the behind engine is not following the first engine, both of them will go in wrong directions. You need to ensure that everybody is aligned to you. Right. Everybody is aligned to that. Right. So based on that alignment, that's where the leader has to work a lot of passing that vision, of showing them the bigger picture to the last mile guy. Please ensure, pass the informations. Most of the team guys, most of the people, once you all reach a particular decision making things, don't pass informations. Please pass on. Right. Not critical, but at least that operational informations to the team so that they know what they are supposed to do. Like, for example, when you get into the car and you have to rush to the airport, the first thing that you will tell, Bhaiya, 8 baje airport pahunchna hai, aap sambhalna. He will take you there because he is capable of driving. You will not tell anything to him and you are sitting very cozy behind and thinking that 8 o'clock he will make you reach. He is not going to take, right? Right. So then he has to take a decision. Sir, left se leke chala jaun, to main jaldi pahunchunga. He will ask you that because you have given him a deadline that 8 o'clock I need to reach the airport, right? So these are small things which you do your day-to-day life also. Rickshaw wale ko, all the students would have said, 8 baje ka lecture hai, aap jaldi pahunchana. To gali se leke chala jata hai, right? So what I'm saying is decision making. So during that time, which gully to take? Obviously, the rickshaw man is taking that decision. But you have passed on the vision that 8 o'clock you have to reach. Right.
Absolutely, sir. Very well noted that as per the situation, the decision needs to be taken, whether that would be by your end or from the team or consulting an expert. And with those examples, it's very, very nice for everybody to relate to those daily routine examples. Just one last question for the day, sir. Is reflection important after you made the decision?
See, again, I'll go back to the poll. 88% people said that they make wrong decisions. What made you think that you made wrong decision? Because you went back, you saw that the consequences is not what you desired, right? That is nothing but reflection of yourself. You think that मैंने तो ये सोचा था लेकिन ये नहीं हुआ. When you start thinking like that, you go back, you evaluate your decision, and you have decided that you have made a wrong decision, right? So I would have just reframed it. You made a wrong choice, or maybe you chose without knowing these consequences, because in your decision making matrix, or when you were drafting your alternatives, this consequences was not listed in it. So that means you didn't do your research properly, right? So reflection is going to happen when you see the consequences and you go back. You have to always go back, because every option has to be studied again. Every time that you would have taken a decision and it is taking a different course, you would not want to repeat the same, right? So how do you carry the learnings? If you saw a last video clip which came from ISRO was Mars we reached, but somewhere we missed. That's our learning. We will ensure next time we don't make those mistakes. So that was reflective. They went back. What went wrong? Right? So it is very important that you go back. Doesn't mean that you think that you made a wrong decision, you stay in stress. You take it as a learning, because every learning is going to come from what options you chose. So your choice, or your decision making methods, or what kind of choices you need to make, those clarity will come to you,
Right.
right?
Correct.
And that's where doctors always ask you, पिछले बार जो दवा दिया था उसका असर हुआ था?
Complete dose लिया था कि नहीं लिया था?
Right. So that is reflection. Right.
Correct. Correct.
Hmm.
I mean, just to wrap up, I mean, I am really glad, sir, to have you today with us. And all the questions, there were a lot of questions. We have been able to answer a few of them. We couldn't take all of the questions due to time constraints. But throughout the presentation, sir, you've given us ample of examples, and those are just some examples that everybody would be able to relate to. And you made the entire concept of decision making, so simpler for all of us, because everybody feels that, oh, decision making and problem solving is a complex concept to understand, but it has come across really beautifully through this session today. I'm really glad that you could take the time out and share your insights and experiences with our students and all the viewers that are watching today. Thank you so much for your time, sir. We are really glad that you came today for this session. Uh,
Thank you so much. It was my pleasure to be here with all the students, and it was so nice to be with all of them in this Saturday morning. And it was wonderful to interact with all of them through this new system. And may we come out of this lockdown soon and we just chase this corona away. So, 2, 3 decisions, as I told, the last slide, go and ponder your thoughts, think over it, what you're going to do it.
Right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Before we sign off for today, I would just like to make a small announcement that today evening we have a session on event management at 5 p.m. by industry veteran Mr. Riaz Khampati, who will also be giving more insights on the basics of event management, the types of events, and discover how the event management industry has evolved. If you haven't registered yet, please do register now. You will be able to see all the registration links on our social media handles. Do share with your friends and make the most of the sessions while you're at home. You can follow our social media handles for any further updates on NAMT, NASM, Mission Skills. And we would definitely like to listen to your feedback, and you can tag us in your stories. I'm sure a lot of you have, taken away, that you must have noted down, and we would definitely love to hear the feedback from all our students today. Special thanks to Loknathan sir once again, and the entire organizing committee of Mission Skills. Big thanks to all the attendees present here today, and thank you to all the people who have directly and indirectly contributed to this webinar. See you all at 5 p.m.
Thank you.
Thank you.